right, welcome back. You're doing a good job here working on your SAT and your skills. Keep it up. We're at number 11, and this one says, which of the following numbers is not a solution of the inequality 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 4x minus 3? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this like an equation and solve it. So I just like to write it again just so I have it for myself. So let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to, I'll say minus the 3x. So again, negative 5 is greater than or equal to x minus 3. Ooh, x minus 3. Maybe I got ahead of myself there and thought about what I was going to do next. So now we have, the way it came out is a little funky. So I'll just reverse it. X, it should be less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, so what does it want to know? Which of the following numbers is not a solution? So anything that's greater than negative 2. Well, the only one bigger than the negative 2 is negative 1. Because remember, on the number line, if that's 0, that's negative 1, that's negative 2. These are the bigger numbers going that way. Okay? All right, so let's go to number 12. Number 12 says, looks like we have a chart here with a number of seeds in each of 12 apples. There's a number of apples, number of seeds. So we got apples and seeds. Based on the histogram above of the following, which is closest to the average number of seeds per apple? So let's write that down so I know what I know what they want. We're looking for seeds per apple. So how can I figure that out? Well, I guess maybe first let's figure out how many apples there are. That's probably easy enough. Apples is over here. So this one there's 2. So 2 plus 4. I'll write it here. 2, 4, 1, 2, and 3. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 total apples. And now we want to know how many seeds there are total. Well, this is 2 apples with 3 seeds. So 2 times 3 is 6. That's 4 apples with 5 seeds. So that's 20. 1 apple with 6 plus 6. There's 14 and 27. You get the idea. 14 and 27. So I actually do have my calculator for this one. So let's just figure it out. 6 plus 20 plus 6 plus 14 plus 27 equals 73 divided by 12. And we're looking at 6.08. All right. So 6.08, that's pretty close to 6, I'd say. Wouldn't you agree with me? All right, cool. Done. Next one. And this is how you just keep the pace, keep it going, you know. I got a chart here. I'm not even going to try to understand the chart. Let me look at the question because that's a mess there. A group of 10th grade students responded to a survey that asked which math class they were currently enrolled in. The survey data were broken down as shown in the table above. Which of the following categories accounts for approximately 19% of all? So that's very important there. 19% of all the respondents. So I'm going to underline that because in my opinion that's pretty important. 19% of all. Well, what is our total? All the classes, total is 310. So now I just want to find what is 19%, 0.19, of 310. That's all I'm doing. All right, calculator, help me out. 0.19 times 310, 58.9. I hope you guys got that. 58.9. And, well, that's like 59, dead center right in the middle. So what is that? That's guys taking geometry. Choice C. That's it. Move on. All right. 14. Another one. All right. The table above lists the lengths to the nearest inch of a random sample of 21 brown bullhead fish. The outlier measurement of 24 inches is an error. All right, so 24 inches is an error. That's the one on the end there. Of the mean, median, and range of the values listed, which will change the most if the 24-inch measurement is removed from the data? All right, so we just got to picture that. What am I doing here? There we go. So this one's gone. So range, I'll start there. range would have been 24 minus 8 originally, right? Let me fix that. 24 minus 8, which is 16. But now it's going to be 16 minus 8. So your new range is going to be 8. That's the new range. Okay. Sorry, I keep messing this up. You get the idea. It's 8. What about the median? What do we know is the median? The median is the middle number. See, the only thing that I'm thinking is that we chopped off an endpoint, right? And there's a whole bunch of 12s here. 12s and 13s. Right smack in the middle. There's another one there. So I don't think the median is going to change that much because we're getting rid of an endpoint, and there's a ton of stuff in the middle here, and the numbers are pretty closely clustered. So I don't think it's going to be the median. And because the median would only change a little bit, that means choice D is out. So in my opinion, I'm down to 2 here. The average. Well, I don't want to sit here and add this all up because that'd be a nightmare. You don't want to do something like that on test day. So what do we think the average is probably around? Well, if we said 12 is in the middle, we got 8 at the lower end, we got 16 at the upper end. So our average is actually probably around 12. Maybe it was a little higher because of this 24, but we got a lot of numbers here and they're all centrally located around 12. So honestly, even if 24 was out, it probably only move over a little bit. I don't think it's going to move over 8 units worth. I'll write it again. That was 8. Would you agree with me? I'm not gonna sweat adding everything up because you don't want to do that on test day. So I'm just gonna go with C, and hopefully that's right. I'll check it later, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, so that's a way to kind of get the question right without doing all the heavy lifting and all the hard work, which was going to waste a lot of time on test day. Okay, questions 15 and 16 refer to the following information. So we've got total cost of renting a boat by the hour. On the bottom here, we've got the time, and on the left side here, we got the cost. It makes sense. As time goes on, the cost of renting the boat is going to be higher. So let's see what the first question is. What does the C-intercept represent in the graph? Okay, so let's go back. Now let me turn this on. So the C-intercept is, well, this is the C area, right? Let's see. The graph shows the cost in C dollars. And cost is over here. So the C-intercept is right there. So what do you think that means? That should make sense. Well, if you were on this boat for 0 hours, right? This is like renting a car or anything where you rent something. You're going to pay some like flat fee in the front, and then as time goes on, you pay a little bit more. So this is probably the price that it costs you, what, $5 in dollars? So that's $5 right there. It costs you $5 just to say, hey, I want a boat, without even saying, you know, how long you're going to be on it. So that is the total number, oh, the initial cost of renting the boat. And honestly, that's probably going to be the case with a lot of questions where an intercept will probably tell you how much something costs when you haven't really done anything yet. It's like your starting value. All right, so that's choice A. Let's go to 16. Which of the following represents the relationship between H and C? All right, so what I noticed right away is that you get a bunch of lines. We can do this the old-fashioned way. We know y equals mx plus b. Well, what's the C-intercept? We already found the y-intercept, but the C-intercept is 5. So that's going to be 5. Cool. Well, that's gone and that's gone because there's no 5. So now we got to figure out what is the slope of this line. Well, the slope is rise over run. So this goes from 5 to 8. If I look at this point and I look at this point. So it rises 3. And what does it run? Well, do I need to do any more work? No. Because I know the top number is going to be a 3 and it's going to move over. Actually, hold on. I almost screwed up. You know what? Because look, this goes up 3, but how far over does it go? Ooh, I almost got that wrong. It only goes over 1, right? Because from here to here is 1. Okay, so you know what? Let's not undo that one. So it's actually C. That was a tricky one. That almost got me. right? It goes up 3 from 5 to 8 is 3, and from here to here, or really I should do from there to there, is 1. So 3 over 1. All right, cool. Whew, close one. All right, number 17. Okay. The complete graph of the function f is shown in the xy plane above. For what value of x is the value of f of x at its minimum? So honestly, for students, I just tell them when you see f of x, you're just going to say y. So when is the y value at its minimum? What is the lowest point in this graph is what they're saying. And you should be able to recognize that it's right there. And what is that point? It is at -3, -2. -3, -2. So they want to know what is the x value? Well, the x value is -3. That's it. All right, number 18. In the xy plane, if 0, 0 is a solution to the system of inequalities above, which of the following relationships between A and B must be true? Well, I just look at this. I'm like, all right, cool. They give me a point, and they say it's a solution, so that means it's going to work in both graphs. Let's plug it in. Top one, 0, -x. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start that again. In the top one, instant replay. 0, 0 plus a. The bottom one, 0, 0 plus b. So let's clean that up. The top equation, we have 0a. We've got 0b. So this means that, I'll write it the correct way. A is greater than 0, and this one says b is less than 0. So if one number is greater than 0 and the other number is less than 0, which one's bigger? Well, the one, that's your bigger number. It's greater than 0. So A is going to be greater than B. Okay. 19. A food truck sells salads for $6.50 each and drinks for $2 each. All right. The food truck's revenues from selling a total of 209 salads and drinks in one day was $836.50. All right, so this is a system of equations, so you got to know how to set these things up. So here's how I would do it. Well, first get the pen going. I would do food truck sells salads for $6.50 each. So it's $6.50 a salad plus $2 a drink gives you a grand total of, what was it? $836.50. So that's your money equation, right? All those numbers we put in were money. Sorry, I'm getting close to the edge here. Right, $6.50. This was $2, or that was $6.50. That's $2. All right. So now the food truck's revenue from selling a total of 209 salads and drinks. So you need a second equation here. This is when the SAT looks like it's getting a little harder. Salads plus drinks. This is your quantity equation. Is 209. All right. So notice one equation was money. This is all money. Money, money. And this is your numbers. So now, what do you want to do with this? Well, there's kind of a couple ways to solve it. The one way I would do it, so now I would multiply this whole bottom one by 2, and I'll show you why. So I'll write the original one again, even though it's a pain in the butt. 650s plus 2d equals 836, and I'll try and speed up now because I don't want to lose too much time. 2s plus 2d equals 209 is 418. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract the bottom equation from the top one. So 650s minus 2s is 450s. 2d minus 2d cancels out. And let me use the calculator for this one. 836.50 minus 418 is 418.50. 418.50. Divide by 450. Divide by 450. Oop. What do we get? Divided by 450. Should get 93. Hope you guys got that. Salads equals 93. So to get something like this right, though, you've got to know that you need two equations. Your money equation, which was this one, and your quantity. Salads plus, what was it? Drinks equals 209. And you go from there. All right, cool. And number 20, Alma. All right, this one says Alma bought a laptop computer at a store that gave a 20% discount off its original price. The total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollars, including an 8% sales tax on the discounted price. Which of the following represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? All right, so I see something like this, and the first thing I say is I have no idea what the original price is. So because of that, original price, what do we usually call it? Call it X, right? So the original price is X. She bought a laptop computer at a store that gave her a 20% off. So one way of thinking about this, if you get 20% off, you really only pay 80% of the cost or the price. So she's really paying. This is how much she's paying here. I should really write this. Paying. So far she's paying 80% of the original price. Then what happens? The total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollars, including an 8% sales tax on the discounted price. So let me just move this down. So she was paying 0.80x, but then there was an 8% sales tax on that discounted price. So to do an 8% increase, you just multiply by 1.08, sorry. So if it was a 20% increase, 1.20, 37%, 1.37. Since it's sales tax increase, or sales tax is an increase, you're paying tax, you're going up. So now, she's paying 0.80 times 1.08, sorry, 1.08 times X, which is the original price. This is what she paid. Which of the following represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? Well, here's why this problem is tricky, because originally I kind of wanted to pick this one. You might want to pick this one, but if you notice, the P is over here. We called our original price X. So how do we get X by itself? We got to divide out, right? So gone, 0.80, 1.08. So our original price in terms of P, what she's paying, is P over 0.80 times 1.08. Choice D. Tough question. All right, so good luck. Keep watching. I got more in store for you. You're going to do better on the SAT. Good luck to you.